So now we have all the elements here in 3D space, like you can see, and I will play with the transition. I will not make the color yet. So let's see what is happening without using the track map. So in the previous scene, when the layer came up here, you can see on the screen where it's not supposed to be shown. So what we can do when we go forward here in the timeline, another problem, the preview is in, we can see it here too. So to make it more realistic and make it in the right way, I will put the mat here, not here, like this. I will make the parent, but now for TrackMate pick-whip, not just the parent itself. So the TrackMate pick-whip, I will click here and go to the mat. All right, what is happening here? When we parent this track mat as an alpha mat, we can just see all this layer that is here. As you can see the handle, we can just see when we see the mat. So if I enable the mat shape here, we can see when the mat appear, when I unhide this, when I hide this, we can see the scene. So the mat is here. So the scene is here. When I go back, when I turn on the mat here, we can't see the mat. So we can't see what is tracked to the mat. So we do the opposite to the previous scene. So we select all this, like this, even the element 3D, clouds, everything, and we will track mat. And now we can see anything. So we will invert the alpha mat. So we can see just when we can't see the mat, right? So now here, let's press the play button and see the transition happening. So here we can see that it's revealing a new scene. We can see a problem here. The text is not tracked to the mat. So we can bring it up to the original position and track mat, inverted track mat. So we can't see when the mat appears. So we can see this new scene happening here, like this. Great, new scene happening. In the original ones, I made the new John D. Rockfeller appearing later. So we can select the John D. body where all the other parts is linked, and we can play around with Y position like this. And now when I play, I can see it's happening better. So I can see that I have a camera movement that is zooming in the original one. So I will create this one. All right, the transition is happening. And now I will pick this camera controller, keyframe the Z position, and I will bring some keyframe forward like this. And I will zoom in the John D. Rockfeller. Bring this in the good frame. It is not centralized. Always looking for this. Like this one. Like here, it's better. His nose is in the middle of the screen. So play again. Let's see. All right, great. But we need to enhance the curves. So make something like that will be much better. Let's see happening. All right. All right. We have something here. Great. You can enhance the animation curves as many times as possible. It is not perfect. If I was doing this for a client or for me in my channel, I will improve a lot the animation curves, but you got that idea. So I will make the zoom, and the next thing that is happening in this scene, when I zoom in the John D. Rockfeller, I zoom it a little more, not too much. What is happening here? If we go to the two views tab, we can see the matte is in this Z position here, close to the camera. If I go through this, all the things that is parent to this matte will disappear. So how can we fix this? When we already have the transition like this, in this moment, we can just like select all the layers, that is the new scene, all the layer, Ctrl-Shift-D to cut this, and we can bring it up and delete the track matte. So no matte here. Now, as you can see, the scene isn't disappearing. All right? So I can cut the matte here too. So when I zoom in the John D. Rockfeller, another thing that happened in the original ones, I will not let these curves like this. All right, like this. It will probably be better like this. All right, faster, smoother. Let's see. Yes. All right, I will not go too deep on this. So the next thing that's happening in the scene, it's appear like another billionaire people like Andrew Carnegie, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Henry Ford. So I will just choose like two of them to make it more faster, like Henry Ford and Bill Gates. Put it behind the John D. I can enable the 3D, and it is not on the scene. What I can do is just select them, press Shift, pick whip, and go to the John D body. So as we can see, it is behind John D. All right. It is orange. I can just go to the materials option and disable the accept light. So I can go here to the Bill Gates too. So we can work here, scale this up, scale Henry Ford too, like this. And we can make animation of them appearing, not just suddenly like that. So I can bring this back a little. I can keyframe the X position, go some keyframe forward, all right? And we can go to behind John D, which is more tricky because sometimes like Bill Gates is hide here, but like Henry Ford isn't. So I will need to mask some things. It's time consuming. For fix this, I can just go to the first keyframe here and put them to out of our scene. So it will start out of our scene. Bring it back to the last frame here. Let's ease this keyframe, make the curves more strong, like this. And we can't see them in the scene, like the Bill Gates I can see, so I will bring him more out of the scene. So I can play and then will appear, all right? In the original one, I made some of them, more of them appearing, so it will be more realistic at all. And I make some movements for the arm here. So it is what I will do here, just as fast as possible. So I will see here the arm. We have more techniques to do that, like rigging, which I can teach you guys in another class. So here I can play around with rotation. I can make a constant movement of upping. I can put it in front of the body to make the edges disappear here. I can just ease this as I want a constant movement, like this is linear and this is ease. The movement will go in the beginning and will end more slowly. So I can do that for the right arm here, like this, go it up a little, make the anchor point here to the shoulder. All right, I forget about that. Make the keyframe, bring it up a little. All right, put it forward, copy the same movement. All right, paste it. And to make the like this, to make this layer follow the same movement, we can go to the first frame, take this one, left arm, right arm, and the left, I will link in the left, all right, arm here, and the right arm, I will link to the right arm here. So as we can see, if we bring back this keyframe, it will animate in another layer, but this layer, which is linked, will follow the same movement. So here we can see this happening, all right? So just make this arm up to the body so we can hide the edges, and let's play again. The arm is moving up. We have the movement, we have the character, but the color isn't the same. We will follow the same process we did in the first scene, all right? We can like add, I will just show quickly, lumetri color here to the body. We can go to the basic correction, increase the temperature, decrease the tints. We can do whatever you want, all right? I will do faster as I can here. I will copy and paste through all the body parts from the John D, as we have two different layers from the same object. We will paste it in all those things. So here we can see that it's more merged in the background, in the environment. So let's go to this new scene. I can just like show you guys that I have some effects on all the layers. So with the golden bar, I have this Opto Glow that is a paid plugin from Red Giant. If I enable this, you can see the difference. So you can reach a similar result with the free native plugins, which is called Glow. It is not the same, I won't lie to you, but it's pretty cool too. So here you can see the difference. So I will just copy and paste as fast as I can here, like this, select and put it. The optical glow is working, all right? Here, with the other character, we have some color correction too. So I will just copy and paste and I will show you guys. I have a 3-tone, which is a pretty cool plugin. It's native, totally free, and we have curves. All right, I will copy it, go to my other character, both layers, oh, they just have one, and I paste it. So here we have the things working more properly. So let's make the same color correction I made in the John D, like this. I can just paste it. All right, so it's all working properly. With the background, I think that I have some optical glow too to highlight the highlights. So go into the layer here. We have the gold background, we have the optical glow. Let's go there and paste. I will leave this project file on the description so you can see all the intro with all the details as you can. So I will paste here the optical glow. You can see the difference. It's working more smoothly, more beautiful. It has some enhancement to do, but you got the idea. Work on your own. So we have a lot of details here, like this dollar flying like this. I can just copy and paste, or I can go to my asset folder here, go to video, and we will have like money fall. This one, dollar money fall. This one, all downloaded in the Envato elements. So I will put this dollar here, above everything. Enable 3D. Let's put it in the right position here. Let's disable the lights, all right, here. Probably I had put it some effects here, like tritone, like this, and now we can just scale it down. We can duplicate this, put it more further to the camera. We can play around with this. I will delete, just put this as a detail so you guys can see it working like this here. All right, so let's play. The money needs to be here on the beginning. So let's put it in the track mat so it will work like this. All right, the money is falling. Everything's happening here. So the money disappeared because we need to cut and release the mat. So let's do it again. All right, it is happening. And we have the next movement, which is a transition that I made like going. We have in a basement here. We moving up to the land. All right, so we have some steps here, which is the enable this. All right, we have this space for the transition, which is just a solid. All right, we have this. We will have the texture we made here that I need to find out. Divisor rock texture, all right, which is this. All right, so let's build this on our scene to the last scene. Let's play here. All right, the transition is happening. So the next one, the camera will go up. So press shift, page down, go forward, and go with the camera. All right, the transition is happening here. We can change this keyframe later, of course. So let's make the transition more, this is more smooth than strong. Let's make this here, play. All right, the After Effects will make this process all over again. So, all right, it is not the best. We can make it stronger a little bit. All right, let's play it again. All right, this is happening. As you can see, we need to make these spaces like this one here. It will hide the edges we have. So to make this, it is easy. We just need to create a solid object. So I will make it above everything, like it will be close to the black, but a little bit orange. So I will rename it as transition. So I will enable the 3D objects here. I will click shift and go to the gold background. It will be in the same position as the background. So I will disable the lights here. All right, we don't need the lights yet. So I will make it a little, I will bring it a little up here, and I will make a mask with the, I can press Q, and I will bring a rectangle here. And now I will open the mask options and increase the feather. All right, the edges isn't there. So this work is already done. All right, the edges isn't there. Oh, the transition is happening. So come back here. We have this scene, and we will go to another scene that the camera will go to the up. We already added this edge hider, as we can call this, and we will need to reveal a new scene. So to make this, I will copy and paste this pre-composition here, and I will show you guys what is inside. Divisor, rock texture. We have 3 videos displayed here, which is a rock texture. I make this moving, as you can see. I don't know if I freeze the frame, but let's see. And I have a black solid here to make it more blended to our transition that we already made it. And I make some color correction here to make more merge it to our scene. So I will copy it and paste this here in the next scene. So the transition start here and go upward, and we can reposition here as we can display our new scene here. Let's see, in the middle of the transition, it is not happening yet. So we can change the z-axis here, like close to the transition layer. Let's see what is this here. So bring it closer to the camera, bring it up again, scale this down, not too much. We need to have something go out of the space. So let's make this solid more black, darker. So we can like Control Shift Y to edit this solid. Control Y just create a new solid, right? So bring down a little of the brightness here, around 4. Press OK, and we added the solid. So it's more merged to our new scene. So let's play this, the camera go up, and we have our new scene. So as we can see in the original one, it go further here. Like the transition rock is not here anymore. So let's pick our keyframe of Y position, bring it up, and this disappear. Now we can set our new scene here. Let's play it. All right, we have the transition happening, as you can see. So let's build our new scene here. I will import to the After Effects this image here. Let's search about it. John D from the back. We can import this on After Effects, put it on our timeline. Above the divisor, enable the 3D. I will Shift, Pick Whip, and Parent to make it in the same position as the transition. I will disable the lights for this material. To make it faster, we can just click here, Ctrl C to copy this property. So let's up the keyframe from the camera again, go to the end frame, bring the John D. Rockfeller up again, scale this. All right, this is happening. Let's see. All right, this is here. So let's play again. It will reveal a new scene. As you can see, we can see an edge here. I don't like to see this edge. Let's fix this. As you can see in the original one, we have like a feather that I made it using a mask. So let's show you guys here, Don D here, all right? If I press M, I can see that it have a mask. So let's make the same process again. I will just copy the color correction here to make it easier. So I will paste this color correction, which is more blended to our scene. I will create this rectangle here, subtract. I will drop down this menu, increase the feather like this. All right, and we will already have our mountain here. Like this, play. All right, it is happening. So we have a lot of details here on the background. I will start with the source image. As you can see here in folder, we can go to the image. We can see like this standard oil landscape that is from Google image, you know. So I can import this here. I will put below the John D. Rockfeller, enable the 3D space, parent holding shift. I will disable the light option like this. All right, it is black and white, no problem. We will troubleshoot this. So I would take this object and put further to the camera. It is far from our object, so it needs to be further. So we import this oil landscape here, and you can enhance this color correction, animation curves, spend time on this. I'm saying this again because it's very important. So let's bring back again. Let's select here our landscape. Where is it? So let's go to the original one. We will copy and paste the color correction here. Paste again so you can see it's merged. We will go up and we have another sky here. In the original one, I used a different sky from the first scene. It will make more engaging because the people who are watching this will see a different scenes happening, all right? Not the same thing all the time. It will pass in more realistic way to show things. Like if you show a sky in the 1 p.m. is different from 6 p.m. So you got the idea. So let's import another sky here. Let's go to the video. We can choose like another one. I can use that as well. Maybe it will work properly. It's from Environmental Elements too. So put us here. Like, let's enable the 3D object. The same process. I will do it in time lapse so you can see it, but it's a long time process. So here I will back to tell you guys that I will use the same assets that I use in the first scene. Not all of them, but some of them. And I can copy and paste from this pre-comp was the Photoshop file, or I can go here and copy from my own timeline. I will do in the first way I show you guys. So this way here, copying from the PSD, all right? Which will create a new one layer. So I can just copy the effects later. So let's go here, time lapse again. So bring back here, we already have something happening in the new scene. So let's play it. All right, the things appear suddenly because the layer start here. So we need to put it in the first frame of the transition. Let's label this, label as orange. All right, and play it again. Here, all right, we have something happening. These things are too orange, so I need to disable the light again. Let's go here. I can just copy and paste and go there. All right, so the color is not matched. Yeah, so I can go to the oil factor here. No, I won't use that. I will play with this as silhouette, so I can go here and go to the fill effect and put this like a very dark orange, like this. Or we can play around with exposure too. So I can go here. Why I am showing this? Because we have a lot of way to reach the same result. So you can play around with all the stuffs you want. So let's make this, like I prefer this most. Let's make this, let's make up the Lumetri color, put it here. Let's see, it's better. It's not the same as the original, but you got the idea. Let's play again the transition here. All right, so this one is in the same z-axis of the standard oil factory. So I will put it closer to the camera, bring it down, and we can see it working better. So let's play it again. All right, this is happening. It's pretty close to the original one. And as all these scenes I made with you guys, we have a lot of extra details in the original one. I will show in the timeline, but I won't make this, all right? So let's go to the original timeline here. We can go into that. disable these two views, and now we can see that we have some fogs, like make some depth to this theme, like this. You can see the difference. I will copy and paste that to our scene, like this. We can copy and paste that, bring it down like this, and put it closer to the camera because the Z isn't the same. I use it in the original one. So we have some fogs here that make our character pop it up a little bit more. So let's back to the original timeline. We can see all the details we have here. We have this oil pump here. We have this other oil pump here, which is a video, alpha video that I collect from Environmental Elements. We have this tentacle. It is very important to show you guys these tentacles here, that if we go inside the pre-comp, we can see it is just a tentacle that I remove the background and I play around with a technique that is called puppeting. I will make it again. I can delete that. I will use this puppets pin position. I will click in the points that I need to move on different ways. So like this, if I put it here, I can make some movements with the tentacle. As for this class, I will just add some expression. I will not go deep on the expression because it is a very dense topic, but you can just do the same thing I am doing here. Alt click, you can go to the mesh where is inside our tentacle, right? To reveal it, you can just press U here and it will show all the keyframe things on this layer. It will show the puppet pin that we already made it. So I will press Alt and click in this stopwatch and it will open a tab where I can write some things, expressions and these things. I will write here wiggle, press tab. I will put a value here for the frequency. It is like how many times it will move per second. All right. I will put like 1. No, I will put like 2. And here I will add a comma here. And the second parameter is the amount that it will be moved. So I will put like 17 maybe. I can copy and paste this to be faster and just change the values. So let's go here, like 1, 10, like this one can be moved faster. So it can be 2 and 20. This first one that I put, we can just delete that. Alt click again because it is the base. You don't need to move. All right. So let's play this. We can see something happening here. We forgot about that. Let's see. The tentacle is moving. So bring it back here for the composition. We can see all those details. This is very important, all right? Because here we will add more realism, more engaging stuffs. It is very important. I will not do in the original ones, but you will have access for this file so you can see by your own. It is. All right. I will just copy and paste these tentacles, which is very important. I will not let this. Like, where is my John D. Rockfeller? This new one. A thing that we need to do to keep our project organized is where something is not appearing on the scene, we can just cut it out. So like this, we can just cut it out. All right. That is not showing the screen, so it don't need to be here. All right. So our John D is here. Let's put the tentacle here. To make it faster, I will parent all of this in the one tentacle. And the one which is not parented, I will press Shift, equip, and go to the John D. Let's position this here, like this one. Scale down. All right, this is working. Yes, this is working. Let's change some positions to make it better. And now we have this. Let's play it. All right, this is happening. All right. And going to our next scene, we just make another movement to the camera, like we can make with this null here. Not. Yes, we can make with this null. Create a keyframe here. Go some frames forward. Bring the Z to make the camera go closer to the John D. Rockfeller and bring it up to the sky. We will fix this in the same way we did in the first scene. So bring it up, closer to the camera, bring it up again. All right, it is good. We can refine our animation curves here. Go deep on this. I won't here in this class, but go deep on this. All right, let's see what is happening here. Yes, it is very fast, so it will make this a little longer, like this. I think it is too much. Let's see. Oh, it is happening. Very good. Smooth. So to fix this empty space here, we need to go to the water reflect. Let's just copy it. So here we have our empty space for the next scene. Here we will have this pretty simple but time-consuming icons. 3 icons to show what is being said in the script, a tentacle, pre-comp, and a logo for Standard Oil. I will copy this, all right, without the logo because I will use it again from the scratch here, like this. We will link everything, the octopus one, 2 visuals, put it back here. All right, we can scale this up. Great. A little bit more, let's see. Here, bring it up. Great. So 1 view. And I will import the logo again because here, as I said, I enhanced some process. And I saw that I made it in a wrong way. It worked, but it's a wrong way if I need to change something because it is not moving properly, if you can see. So I will go to my asset folders in the image and go to the logo here, which is PNG file. So import this one here. I will bring it to the timeline, cut it, enable again the 3D, and I will shift, pick whip, octopus to go to the same position, all right? So here we already have our next scene. All right, I saw here that we need to increase the scale from the tentacle. All right, let's increase this a bit. Yeah, put this a little down, this other one too. And we have a final touch here, which is the path I had traced here to showing up the things happening. So let's bring this here like this to show it appearing with animation, which is pretty cool. So here we have to a path that is making a connection between the logo and the icon. So let's just copy it. We need to enhance some details here, but you guys got the idea. Play again. You need all the changes you made. You need to play and see what is happening, right? So play again. All right, this is happening. Great, close to the original one. So let's bring it back. And we can see that the next scene, we will go to the same position we had before. But now, as a magic happening, it is all peaceful. And when we can come back here, will be more war feeling, like some fire, explosion, and all these assets I got from Enviro Elements, right? So you can search this as free assets on Unsplash. Maybe you can find this. You can go to YouTube. You have some risks about copywriting, but I don't recommend that, but you can find it on the YouTube too. So here I downloaded from Enviro, and let's see here, this layer. I will just apply some of them. I will not make all the details because it will be time consuming, but you guys will get the idea. Here, like you can see, we have like a fire, right? We have another fire here, a lot of details happening. We have like these explosions, like this one. All right, so I will put this explosion and this fire, and I will duplicate it in my composition. Firstly, I need to make this movement coming back to the original position. So I will keyframe again, overlapping this movement, so I can see the camera is always in movement, right? Go some frames forward and bring it down, right? And bring it back, zooming out. What the fuck? Here. And bringing down, right? And bringing, zooming out. Not too much here. It is good. Like this. So let's make our animation curves here. You can play it better in your project. So let's go here. Let's see what is happening. All right. All right. And the camera will be back. Here we have a problem that we will fix it with the water reflect that is cutted. So we saw it here and we didn't see it here like this. So let's extend this one so we can see it here again. So play again to see the changes happening. All right, the water reflect was there. And now it is here again. All right, so I just came the camera too lower. So bring it up back again. And zooming out a little, not too much, little. I note that I have some other element here to add some depth to the scenes. Like this foreground tree here, not this one. Like this foreground tree here. It is all about details. You can do it on your projects, but I will keep it without it. We came from this peaceful movement, alright, the logo, and coming back again. And now we need to put more war feeling here. So we will have this fire and explosion here. Let's import this from the scratch. Let's go to the assets, video, and we'll have here the fire, right? So I will put this on my timeline, enable the 3D object, and I will go with, I can press Ctrl Home so it will be centered to the composition. So I can see, I can disable this light, right? I will go to the two views option and I will bring it back in the Z-axis. So it is not the same on the original. What we need to do to be as close as possible is changing the blend mode, which is a very important thing in After Effects. So here with fire, I want to show the brightest part. So I will go here in the blend modes, right? And this section here is all about the brightest. Here is about the darker part, and here is about the mid tones. And this is different with subtract some tones. It's more complex to understand, but you will work at most here with the midtones, the bright, the highlights, and the shadows, right? So here we'll set the blend mode here for add to make the fire more realistic, you know? Let's try out screen. I like it with add. We can see that we have some effects, color correction this fire. So let's copy it. We can see it. It will work more properly. So we can scale this up, scale this down. It's all up to you. So I will make it the same position as the landscape. So I put this fire. Is very interesting. I will keep it here. So scale it down, put it here. Let's make some fire here. You can enhance this you can make this as better as possible. Details is always important. So we just need to be sure that the fire will only appear when we need it. So let's bring this layer forward around here, like this. So the fire will be here when we need it. So we will add some explosion too, like this one that I downloaded from Enviro Elements, gasoline explosion, right? And let's go here, the same process. Great. So we have our next scene already made it. Boom, boom. We can add a lot of details here. Particles, camera shake, right? So we can add camera shake, like when we have the explosion here, we can go to the keyframe, like make a keyframe here, some crazy keyframe here, and make some shake movement, not too much like this. And then go 3 frames forward and make another movement. I will not do that. I just want to show you guys. So boom, a shake here. You can do it, but I won't do it in this class. So we start it again. We create this mode, right? So I just need to make this tentacle disappear because it's make the scene keeping there, and I don't want it to. So the easier way that I can do it is just zooming in like this, and the scene is already done. All right, so for the next scene, I just need to keep the zoom out. All right, we'll show the rivalry that is the backbone from this story. So let's add some keyframes here to playing around like this, overlapping the last one like this, going forward around 20 seconds and like this. Not too much because we can see the edges here, or you can troubleshoot this. Ctrl-Alt-T to enable the timely remap. We can bring it back 1 frame, and now we'll have the texture there, so it will work properly. All right. This problem here with the explosion disappears suddenly. We can just add like a opacity keyframe, like this one. All right, and we can copy and paste to this another explosion. You can put other explosion above it, but I don't want it to. So let's go. This is happening here. All right. Animation curves, which is very important, and spend on your time on this. Trust me. So let's go. All right. After Effects, it's all about that. You will do something, you need to fix another thing. So let's cut these icons here because it will be showing up again and we don't want this. Zooming out. All right, so it is time to review our character. And we have another problem here. As I said, you do something, you need to fix another thing. So we will scale this sky a little just to fill this input background here. It is not atmospheric fog. Let's the sky here, like that. Scale this up. All right. For the last thing we will do here, we will put our rivals here. So zooming out like this, and we'll add these guys. In the folder section here, image, we have Andrew Carnegie, which is the steel businessman, and we will have John D. Angry. All right, so let's put it in the timeline. The same process as always. Time lapse. So here for the next scene, I already did it in the time lapse. As you can see, the object is here. I will just enhance some details, and like we have in the original ones, like in this part here, we will have this background getting blurry and these guys appearing from the side. So let's make the same animation here. It is in the opposite, but we will make it different here. Let's put this X position keyframe. We will move forward some keyframes as we always do. Keyframe it again, bring it back, put it out of our scene again. All right. Let's paste the same animation curve. Oh no, this is not good. Let's enhance this. Great. All right. And then we will have our last scene. This guy needs to appear early. So bring it back like this maybe. Let's go. Let's see what is happening here. Press play button. All right. Not too much. Let's make it appear from this frame and soon as possible. So play. It is not happening. We need to enhance some details here. And as always, as we already talked about in all the scenes, we have some details, right? So the details will be this blurry that I will do with you guys, this fire on their eyes, so particles, all these things. So let's go here. We will do the color correction. We can just copy and paste, no problem. Like this one. Let's copy and paste this here. All right, and copy and paste this here. Great. To create the background blur, we can do it by the camera settings here, which for this scene, I don't recommend you to do. Because we have camera with a lot of time, you will need to keyframe the focus distance, so it is not good. I will turn off this camera and I will put this guy above everyone here. All right. So before he appear, I will create adjustment layer. This is an important tool in After Effects. What it does, it will apply effects to all the layers below it. So if I create adjustment layer here, I can apply a blur effect, which I prefer this camera lens blur. And I can keyframe it from 0 to like 20, maybe. Yes. And we can just copy and paste the same here, camera movement animation curves. So let's go here, paste the same. So everything that is everything that is below this layer will be blurred. So it will work in the same way we did in the camera. So it is a pretty good solution. So now we have our scenes. As I said, it will not be the same result we have on the final product that I made for John, because I spent a lot of time. We did it with a couple of hours, but I spent like 1 or 2 days just with the other video. So you guys could see everything that I made for the other scenes as well. So we have some details that we didn't apply here, like the fire on their eyes and particles and these things. But I will do the last step that I always do in my works, which is the post-production. So when I finish a scene, like we can hear in the final comp original, I always pre-compose all the things, all right? So I will do the same here. I will cut it here when it ends, right? So here, I will cut it. Like this. Nothing after this, like the lines through. And I will select everything, which I can click on the first, go to the last, click Shift and go to the last and click again, so it will select everything. Or I can just Ctrl A to select everything, and I will deselect this audio layer. So I can pre-compose this and call this as first scene, chapter 1. In this case is for intro, so first scene, intro. I will put this as class. So everything that we made here is inside this pre-comp. So the post-production step is create adjustment layer here with a lot of effects to enhance the visual. So I like to call this as a sauce, you know. It is different. You eat like a chicken without sauce and with sauce. The last step is the sauce for the work. So you can see here in the original one, like we can go to this frame, which is pretty cool. Here, I will put it as a half resolution so we can see it better. And I have here adjustment layer with a Red Giant plugin, which if I hide this, look that difference. So, oh my God, this is completely different. So it's a very important step. Spend time on this, all right? I highly recommend you to buy the Red Giant package because this looks is awesome to make these steps. I will show you guys that you can do it without it, but it is not the same thing. So for the color correction here, we can rename it as CC or color correction. We can add to replace the lumetri color, and we can play around the settings here. Like I can increase the temperature to make it more yellow. I can increase the contrast. I can decrease the highlight because it's too much, or I can increase the shadows to make it the shadow brighter. You can play around here. I will do some enhancement here in color, lumetri color, and then I will come back. So guys, as you can see, I did some small things here, you know. I didn't waste a lot of time here, but I recommend you to play around here for a long time so you can find the best settings to make your scene more beautiful. So if I hide this layer, you can see the difference right now. So it's more yellow, it have more contrast, so it's more engaging to see. It is better to watch. So here is just one enhancement. We can add like another effect here, like we can create another adjustment layer. The add advantage for the Red Giant package, especially for Deluxe, because you can do it all in the one layer. It will be easier for the After Effects to preview it. But we can create another adjustment layer here and put a blur vignette here. Like we can add the camera blur is heavy, so I will use Gaussian blur. We can use the Gaussian blur here. Increase it like maybe 50, like this. And we can create a mask. Square mask here, ellipse tool. And I will create this here. I will subtract and feather the edges so we can blur the edges, you know. It will give more depth, more professional feeling. Another thing that we can do is optical compensation. Like we can do optical compensation here, like this. Optic compensation, I write it wrong. Here, and we can like playing with the settings here. Like let's do that. Reverse lens distortion, like this, you know. You can see the difference. We came from this, like this. Let's enable everything. We came from this to this, you know. It is enhancing. It is giving a source for the scene. So let's see here. We can playing around with like, I don't know, like a chromatic aberration here. Like we can do it with using chromatic displacement. It is a Red Giant plugin, but we can add this VR chromatic aberration here that we can play around the settings here, like this. We can do that. Let's see. We need to play around the settings, you know, to find the best solution. But we can do that like this. Let's see. Like this. And we can play this. And we can add like the same mask we have for the blur vignette here. We can have for this too. So as you can see, it have some chromatic aberration here, and is that the source, you know? I will delete everything because I will put the Red Giant package here. I will rename it as Red Giant package Lux. And this is the source, all right? Let's see with all of our scenes. All right, pretty cool. It's pretty similar to the original one, but you can see the difference of the details that we put on the original ones, like this. Let's put on the same frame here. Like this. You can see that we have a lot of details here, the color and all the stuffs for the next scene too. So play around the details, add as much things as possible. Be careful, because if you do it too much, it will be heavy and not good to watch. It will hurt viewers' eyes, you know? So be careful, but add details. like background details, small details. The lights here can be improve this light, all right? So to finish this class, we made this 20-second animation here, which is pretty similar to the original one that I made it. And to finish, I like to organize all the assets that I use it. So we can select here, go to the assets, image, go to the video that we use it and put on the right folder, go to the composition. This is a pre-comp, so we can put it here. We can go to the image, put this and this to the other folder. It's all organized, so if you need to change something, it will be easier. For the end of this class, I would like to tell you guys to see all the original timeline here. Go through it. All the techniques that we used to create this first 20 seconds, we can use to create this other as well. And you will have access for these assets, so you can play around here. Go to the file, open the pre-comps, you know. All right, we have like different paces here for the Element 3D. Go and see it. All right. Open the plugin if you have it. All right. Go here. All right, this scene, you can see that I made the same transition. I made the same transition that I did in the first scene. So like this, but with different assets. So be creative, all right? See it and think, all right, the same thing can be done differently. So do it, try it. After Effects is all about that. You will do something and then you will need to do it again and improve something and find a better way to do the same thing. So it's all about that. So thank you for watching this class. I hope this helped you to reach another level on YouTube, and count on me to send any feedbacks. If you have doubts about the process, about the project files, let me know, because I will help you to understand every little detail we have here in this project, right? See you in the next class, and let's be creative.